What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Why? Well, members get exclusive content. Hit the bell icon on my channel so that you'll receive a notification every time that I drop a video, and you can go and check the video out. Now, before I get into part 2 of Raccoon versus the Altadena blocks, let me say that, when I did the story on the 3 whites that were unalived in Eli prison last Tuesday, a week ago, I neglected to mention, and some people corrected me in the comments or added in the comments, and I appreciate you all there in the comments. You do help me out. That when, first, that the former leader of the Aryan Warriors' name is Rebel Wood. Wood. Like knock on wood, not Rebel Hood. I stand corrected. Rebel Wood. Also, and I did know this at the time, just was sort of rushing and neglected to tell you that when Rebel Wood shot Victor Brick Martinez and he went to the hospital there in critical condition, the Aryan Warriors went up there to the hospital trying to finish him off. They were not done. They were again upset that Rebel Wood was now gone, unalived, and Victor Brick Martinez was not. So they actually went to the hospital to try to finish him off, but the Southsiders stopped them, thwarted them. This enraged the Southsiders, because they felt like it should have been over with. And I don't know. Perhaps they wanted to send a message to the Aryan Warriors. Whether they wanted to or not, they did just that by taking out their top 2 leaders. Perhaps they felt like the leaders, y'all are either authorizing this for them to try to finish off Brick Martinez, or you guys are complicit because you're not stopping it. You're the head honcho. You're not calling out there to the street telling them, man, leave that shit alone. Let that go. Do not lay a hand on Victor Brick Martinez. He did what he did. He defended himself. That's over. Y'all are not stopping it. And you're the leader? Okay. Got something for you. I don't know. I wasn't there, but apparently that's what it seems like. So it was Rebel Wood, and they went to the hospital, I left out, to try to finish him off, which pissed off the Southsiders. And apparently, that's why they did what they did right there in Eli prison last week. Also, someone in the comments said, and as you all know, I do read the comments because I responded a few times to the commenters. I haven't been not responding. He just said something positive when he said that, he said that the way that I tell my stories is unique. I never looked at it that way. I'm just talking it, how I talk and telling it, how I know to tell it, to just trying to tell you guys, convey to you all what happened in these situations. But he said that my storytelling was unique and that I need to parlay from the prison genre into something else. And then he said, you will be huge, bro. You will be huge. Don't necessarily care about being huge. That's not my goal. My goal is to help people the best that I can. Don't necessarily care about being rich either. My goal is to help people the best that I can. With my life as an example. However, I appreciate the comment and I understand what he's saying. The problem with that is, I told you a couple months ago, that's when I changed the name of the channel to the Inside Story, when I was asking you all for advice on what to name the channel and etc. and advice on how to put what I have to say into content form and the kind of content that I should be doing. And when you guys, the subscribers that I have, when they came to the channel, they came under the guise that it was a prison channel. It was called Prison Chronicles at that time. And so they are accustomed to getting prison stories. That's why they're here. They're not here for Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. And every time I've tried to do some other sort of content, it doesn't get much traction. Proving my point that the audience is here for bloody prison stories. Pretty much, and that's it. I'm not knocking anyone for that because that's what I said I was going to be given from the beginning. So that's who my audience is. But there is an audience for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I saw someone pop up on my feed a couple of days ago, a black dude who was just sitting there, some black dude with glasses, clearly was just on his phone recording this video in his living room. His wife or woman, his girl, was in the background sitting on the bed like folding laundry, kids running around, all kind of stuff. No editing whatsoever. I don't even think he had a thumbnail. And he was just sitting there for about 12 minutes on the video talking about Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. And he had got over 200,000 views in one day. No editing, no, just sit on the phone like I'm doing right, just sitting there and just talk for 12 or 13 minutes. So there's an audience for that. But who knows, it may have took him years to build up that audience. And when I put out that sort of content, I'm just going to have to be patient and understand that it's not going to get many views at first. It's going to have to find its audience. The audience that I have is not necessarily here for that. They're here for the prison genre. And so when I, parlay that into something else, that something else is going to have to find its own audience. This is not the audience for it. Evidenced by the fact that when I went elsewhere, it has not gotten as much traction. Nevertheless, I'm going to stay true to myself and what I want to convey to the people. And if it's not getting many views at first, that's okay. I believe that it will find its audience. It may take 6 months. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. It's going to find its place. It's going to find its audience as long as the content is up to par, and it will be. But I'm not going to just keep on talking about this damn prison shit and county jail. There's more to me than that. I'm going to transfer soon. Whoever comes along, comes along. Whoever doesn't, I'll deal with it. As I said, it will find its audience. Let's get into it. People say that I'll just be talking too much before I get to the story. I do me, man. This is, I'm not a professional. I just say what's on my mind, say what's on my heart. If I'm not getting to the story fast enough for you, go check out my boy Dubs. He got a good channel, a new video. He gets right to a new video. If this ain't cutting it for you, you feel me? At any rate, part 2 and when I left off, Raccoon had got into it with the Altadena blocks. Got into it with Gangster. Got into it with Trey Mac. And Trey Mac is swung on him. Now, I don't know that Raccoon ran. I was not in the day room. I'm just telling you all what the word was. I cannot say that man ran. From everything that I know about Raccoon, as I said, him and I are pretty close. He's been a solid individual. And shout out to my boy K Swiss. My little bro Fat Chops texted me last night. He said, man, K Swiss, we're trying to holler at you, but if I don't know the number, I'm not going to answer. K Swiss from Mansfield. That's a solid individual. Big K Swiss, that's a solid individual. That's my boy. These dudes are in my heart because we went to war for each other, with each other, and over each other. All of us. Gangster, these dudes are in my heart, bro. I did a lot of years with these dudes in a very volatile and dangerous situation. I can never forget them. And clearly, they don't forget me either. We have a lot of love for one another. Shout out to K Swiss. I'm going to be answering the calls just to see if I can catch you, my boy. And Raccoon, he was a solid individual. There was a couple things, as I said, that transpired that was a little shaky. But overall, and generally speaking, he's a strong dude. I'm going to bring you a couple of those incidents, as I said before. I'm also going to bring you a couple of incidents with my boy Gangster. But for now, I know I've been rambling on for a little, so let me just get to it. And when I left off, I told you that Raccoon, he had really disrespected Gangster, called him a buster, and I believe called him the B word. Raccoon was trying to fight. He was trying to get a fade, indeed aware of the rumor that was now transpiring and spreading like wildfire that he ran. And he's quickly looking to redeem himself. Whether he did or did not, that's the rumor. And that is not good there in the Los Angeles County Jail. Men do talk amongst one another, and if you lose respect in there, your reputation takes a hit. It can be all bad for you for so many reasons, bro. In so many ways, it can turn ugly. You must withhold your reputation at all costs, because it takes 20 years to build your reputation and 20 minutes to lose it. Just like it takes 20 minutes to get into trouble, and it takes 20 years to get out of it. Be safe and be smart. Raccoon, cautious and wary about his reputation taking a hit, has called Gangster the B word, begging him for a fight. Well, those are fighting words in every pocket of the universe. One grown man calling another man the B word. That's not going to fly anywhere. And so Gangster is rumbling back down the tier. And I'm looking. And the door flies open, as I said. And Gangster runs in there. And at first, no words were exchanged. No one swung first. They both swung at the same time. Attack one another. Gangster ran in there. Raccoon was at the back of the cell with his hands up. And Gangster ran up. And they both started swinging. I was out of the way, and they swinging hard. No one hit the ground, but they were fighting for some time. They was fighting. They started breathing hard and everything, wrestling a little bit, and then they was throwing blows, though, heavy ones. Gangster's a big dude, bigger than Raccoon, but in a different way. Raccoon's also a big dude. Size-wise, he's not all that tall. Thinks he is. He's not all that tall. But he has size and he's cut up. And he's angry. And so is Gangster. So they're going at it. And they're squabbling pretty hard. Now, I didn't get involved. I didn't stop it. If someone hit the ground and someone had started stumping the other one out, I don't want to see either one of these brothers get seriously injured. So I would have interjected then, since these two are my bros. But there's a time to get involved in situations, and there's a time not to. These are grown men who have an issue with one another. And this is really how these issues are settled in certain pockets of the world, whether you like it or not. And I'm not there to preach, the gospel to grown men in the county jail about let's loving one another and all that. I have my way of getting to the brothers with that, and I always did. But some things have to be ironed out. So I let them two iron that out, resolve that. They squabbled up. When Gangster left the cell, his eye was beginning to swell up some. It was already red, and it was pretty puffy. That's nothing. A black eye is nothing. That just means you've been in a fight. Anybody can have a black eye. It doesn't even mean that you lost the fight. Because you might have a black eye, he might have 10 missing teeth and 2 black eyes. It just means that you was in a good squabble for the most part. And that's how Gangster was taking it. Gangster left the cell like, hey, I ain't worried about this. But Raccoon, he was continuing on. He's pissed. Now he's pumped up over the fight, feeling like he kind of maybe got the best of Gangster. I wouldn't say that, though. Pretty much an even squabble. But Gangster has a little black eye. And Raccoon is still mad at the rumor that he ran. And Gangster, again, is partly spreading the rumor. Because Gangster came to my cell and told me, man, you my boy. This dude here, he just ran, bro. But he just letting, that's how you spread information. We need to know who we around. Gangster's not doing anything wrong by letting me know you in a cell with someone that's not who he say he is. I need to know this. So he's just imparting to me what just happened. And he needs to let me know something like this. So he's not gossiping or nothing. But nevertheless, Raccoon is pissed that Gangster's running around saying that he's a buster, essentially, and that he ran. And so even after the squabble, Raccoon he's still worked up. Like, oh, bust ass. Oh. So now Gangster's outside of the cell on the tier, and the door then closed. They got a good squabble in. Again, Gangsta's eyes beginning to swell, and he is still going back and forth with Raccoon. Gangsta's also pumped up and animated and worked up. That's how it is at the squabble. Sometimes you shake hands, sometimes you still worked up and ready to go. And even though Gangsta's eyes swelling up, he's still out. He's on the chair like, man, you ain't do nothing. This ain't nothing. You know, these are warrior wounds, boy. This ain't nothing. This little black eye ain't nothing. Raccoon like, yeah, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. You ain't ready for this. Ain't none of y'all want. I ain't run. I ain't did nothing. Y'all ain't ready for this. Gangsta like, man, shut your bust ass up. Your mark ass. You ran your bust ass. And Raccoon like, man, you a buster. You a buster. Gangsta like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But Gangsta, you know, they going back at it, bro. And once again, these are fighting words. Even if you just fought. Calling somebody a buster, once again, so you still not respecting me. Even though we just squabbled up. Okay. Let's do this again. So Gangsta like, man, you still calling me a buster, bro? So he told the dude in the booth, the deputy, man, crack the door. Crack the door. Crack the door again. And he cracked it. And Gangsta ran back up in there. And they started squabbling yet again. Pow, pow, pow. They going at it for a minute. And this time Gangsta talking. Oh, bust that. Gangsta trying to choke him. This is when I'm saying, okay, it's about to go too far. I'm going to have to intervene. And he let go of his neck and just kept swinging. And they were swinging hard. Both of them was swinging Hail Marys and haymakers. Both of them incensed at one another. After going at it for some more time, squabbling hard, yet again, no one did hit the ground. And pretty much again an even squabble as far as I'm concerned. And Gangsta left up out the cell. You know what I'm saying? He ain't say much else at that time. He just had 2 fights. He a big dude. He huffing and puffing. He tired. Raccoon ain't saying much else. He's still sort of pacing the cell. And Gangsta got on. I'm sure Raccoon doesn't know if Gangsta is going to get Trey Mack, CeeLo, or, you know, what the situation is, bro. Again, he's pretty much outnumbered in here and an outsider almost, even though he's with that car. And someone said in the comments, I never knew the Altadena blocks was gangsters. I thought they was blocks. You know, they ride with the gangster car in the Los Angeles County Jail. I'm telling you what the hell I know for sure. I was there for years. They ride with the gangster car. They trace. They ride with the gangster car in the LA County Jail. And so was Raccoon moving. But he was still an outsider in so many ways. And after that, after those 2 fights with Gangsta, well, a few weeks later or so, Raccoon and Trey Mack got into it yet again. First, everything had calmed down. And Trey Mack came to Raccoon's cell. Was hot. YC from H-Ray Gangsta at this time, who ended up, as I told you before, leaking for his misdeeds and his transgressions. He was upstairs on the top tier egging this shit on when Trey Mack was down there hollering at Raccoon about a situation that it once again turned pretty ugly. And I'll bring you that soon. And I know that I'm behind on the content, having missed a few days. I was caught up in a situation that I was trying to extract myself from mightily to get back to you, but I had problems. But I'll catch up. More content coming today. In the meantime, stay free, people.